Hello there, fellow defenders of the Inquest landing zone. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead. Episode 26, You May Not Turn Out the Lights. Kale is very stupid, deciding to wander out there while still malnourished. Whatever, you'll be unconscious soon again, because you seem to enjoy your must be ascetic secretly. And Candace is up and walking out, and looks like a pretty clear path at map edge, which should mean that they won't die. I hope. We'll see. Ah, Sloan leveled up. Power leap. So RCV hasn't yet learned anything, but we do have the electric smithy now. I don't have weapons worth making yet, so I'm just going to turn this off for later. Well, at least we have the means to make weapons soon. Am I one short on beds? No, Sunsu died. We even have unowned beds at the moment. So we've got 9 colonists and 11 beds. I mean, I'm counting this as 2 because it sleeps 2. Okay, RCV's starting to learn. Good. Now, RCV, what tattered apparel you... Oh, yeah, I forced you to wear the recon armor. I don't think I have better recon armor, so I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Because this is tainted. That's tainted. So there's really nothing else to wear. So yeah, that's fine. Alright, the question I have for you guys is the other shuttle attack. The shuttle-borne assault. Should I do the shuttle assault? So it doesn't sound like it's going to be particularly difficult. But whether it's worth it or not is up to you. I think I already pulled for this, but I'll just pull again. Doesn't hurt to recheck. Once we have things a little bit more under control here in the colony, repaired walls and the like, I'll start setting up the long-range mineral scanner as well. You guys starving again? My wardens are not wardening. I'll put those as a 1. And you, bed rest is a 4. Go feed the prisoners. No, go feed them. Alright, cool. The Broken Empire is now at 51 because we saved one of their members. Neat. So I'm moving the waste packs out to where the trees are. With Sloan's speed boost. So now we have waste packs that are decaying where these pollux trees are cleaning. And then the other pollux tree, of course, is here. Oh, speaking of which, good, you are no longer responsible for planting or anything. And I think I need to put... Yeah, let's put a little home zone. In fact, I'll put a home zone, like, as a fire blocker, a little bit larger of a home zone. And it does mean that we're going to be cleaning up, like, random blood around the trees, but it'll also keep the trees from catching fire easily. It does look like you guys want me to do the shuttle attack, so what reward? So here's the 3 choices. Reward number 1 is a book and a gene pack, which we have no use for. Reward number 2 is plasteel. Reward number 3 is a low shield pack. I like how the wild person is a tamer. Yes, sure. Whatever you say. Oh, Kadath leveling up too. Sweet. So, that gives you firing focus. Psychically augments their hands, eyes, and reaction speed to the caster, reducing the ranged attack cooldown by 80% for roughly 2 minutes. Time for full Rambo. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily hijack the research queue to get long blades and then put it back onto recon armor. So we don't actually have the resources at the moment to even make recon armor. So I don't necessarily need to keep it to keep researching it for now because we can't even make this stuff. But what I do intend to do is to expand this area out for a long-range mineral scanner here. So we'll have a ground scanner for local and a long range for distant. And combining those two should give us the ability to source some good plasteel for our projects. And as requested, we are going to keep Sun Tzu's body on ice, because if he stays frozen, there's a chance to resurrect him without res psychosis or other side effects like blindness, dementia, etc. For those that don't know, the way it works is if you are rotten, the more rotten you are, the worse the likelihood of your side effects are as resurrection. There we go. He's buried. Is the wooden wall near the research room intended? It was, yes. Because I had intended to expand the base this way. So that was like a temporary wall. So it was indeed intended. And it looks like you guys want the reward for the plasteel. All right. Alright, you are converted. Now we can recruit, and you only have a resistance of 3. You are about 40%, and you've already converted. Oh, and Jet has already converted. So there's only Melanios at 35%. So we're breaking down the old ruin here to make use of its material. I don't think it's a really effective way to spend our time. So let's get that. We do have the clothing that we needed. So let's go ahead and get the long-range mineral scanner up to get that off the queue. And then the plan is to accept the shuttle attack right after the next shamble assault. Once we recover. Well, this is also rice. So that we time it so that we're not defenseless temporarily. I could also just send gunners and shoot them down. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze all the flagstone queue so that we can deconstruct this thing quicker, because they're just deconstructing like one wall and then hauling the materials over. It's inefficient. Don't want to keep doing it that way. Could you res mech a shambler? You hypothetically could, but they're basically guaranteed to get res psychosis and just die again. So you'd have to have like 2 res serum to even make that worth it, in my opinion. Alright, RCV, you're at 40% learning. Nice. I don't see any impending threats at the moment. Kill, are you conscious? You are, but your toxic buildup is going to have you get conked soon. Is there something wrong with the corn we previously planted? No, it's growing. It had died of blight, if you recall. We had a massive blight, which is why it's not progressed farther. Alright, good news is actually how much fuel does it even take to fly out there? Where were you? Yeah, okay. When I say get in the shuttle, I don't mean like when you're ready. I mean now. What is going on? She just is... This is super weird. She's like ignoring my... It must be the mentorship mod being weird. So it costs 50 chem fuel to get there. So here's the problem. We don't have enough chem fuel for a round trip. No, that's not true. We could eject fuel out of here and then have enough chem fuel for a round trip. So let's do that real quick. Eject from the pod. Refuel the shuttle. And then send good to go murder some idiots. So she has enough chem fuel now to go murder idiots. So we'll just drop at edge. Deal with that real quick, because no power is mighty annoying. And having a strategic stockpile of backup chem fuel for this exact express purpose is probably going to be low-key important for the future. So that we always can react to EMI sites, sunblocker sites, etc. Wow, they have a lot of, like, fertile soil here. These guys really could have been enjoying the apocalypse had they not pissed me off. Everyone dies. There is no survivors. You're probably a vampire if you are not dead yet. Yes, you are a Bruxa. What'd you just walk into? Wholesale murder. Alright, loading. I don't want the food. We'll take the uranium psychoid. Granite. Frag grenades. Is there anything else? Oh, actually, I didn't deal with the blocker. Derpy, derpy, derp. I will, though. Am I giving outposts in the save? No, it doesn't even make sense. There'd be no way to, like, reasonably keep it safe from gesture towards the apocalypse. So, absolutely not. It would be, dumb ways to die. To say it bluntly. Okay. So, oh, there was a turret. I didn't even see it. Well, there was. And there is still Deathpaw Resurrection on this tile, so, like, we're not going to want to hang out here for very long. Because it has the same threat as the rest of the world does. Everything is death-palled. So I might just pick up what I would consider the bare minimum. Well, good's pretty fast. I'm not too worried about them death-palling on me. So let's not even bother with the slate chunks. Forget that. Go for the rest. So the long-range mineral scanner zone is nearly ready to go. And that's so that we can attune it to a specific resource that we need the most. In this case, it would be plasteel, and have a reasonable way to get it. The other thing that we're going to need to figure out, and likely maybe it's to cut down these trees, but we need chem fuel. And we're not really producing enough food right now to turn it into chem fuel. And before anyone suggests, why don't use the shambler corpses? That's literally not possible. Shambler corpses are rotten. There's nothing you can do with a rotten corpse. There's been, too many YouTube comments about, why don't you butcher the shambler corpses? That's not a thing. I know that sounds rude, but I kind of got tired of explaining it. Did I search for gold? There won't be any on this camp tile. Those resources are not generated in camp tiles. Well, we got a bunch of psychoid. Would be feasible. So yes, it is. But the trees, the witchwood trees, are very low yield. So it's feasible, but very difficult to do. I'm going to try one more time to rescue this nincompoop. This idiot. They're about to die of toxic buildup. We'll spare them. And if they choose not to join, I'm not going to push it any further. We'll just, like, let them go. At some point. If you're too stupid to realize you're being offered room and board for free, then so be it. You get to die in the wasteland. Oh, they have dementia from their toxic buildup. Never mind. I don't want them. That can happen with extreme levels of toxic buildup, is you get things like dementia or cancer. And, yeah, it's a bit late for them now. Multiple attempts were made. I had rescued them multiple times. They're just, yeah, too stupid. And you can't fix stupid. Yeah, you can try. But all right. Getting the long-range scanner. Oh, we have an acidic spa. Gross. Plain leather or light leather? I'll do light leather. Let's go ahead and get a light leather chair here. So we still have yet to do the shuttle attack. We really haven't been attacked by, like, swarms of shamblers for a bit, which is why I've been waiting, because I feel like it's gonna happen soon, and I just didn't want to commit to going out there if it's about to occur. And so far, the only guaranteed underground find that we found is, like, jade. I don't think we found anything else yet. If we did want to try to chem fuel from witchwood trees, I'll set up a tree cutting zone to try to automatically queue up which would tree cut. So don't allow sowing, but allow cutting, and we'll keep it close to the base. Obviously, I'm not going to want to cut down the pollexes, but we'll see if this aids us in our attempts to make chem fuel from wood. So that's a big old zone. And we just have to be careful because often it gets swarmed, so it's not safe to stand necessarily. Plus, I think our farmers are really busy on just, like, getting rice for eating. So, I don't have a lot of... There's not a lot of situations where I have extra time to go get, like, trees. But there are some decent trees over here. Oak trees and whatnot that we could try to get out to. Okay, we have one prisoner resistance broken. They should be joining real soon. They're not getting fed all that regularly, though. That's my only concern. Cool. So we're going to tune this to plasteel. And I don't really care which scanner we use. Like, both are fine. Okay, so we have an approach, not an assault. Zatse, thank you for the resub. Cheers. Yeah, little bits of wood. It's not nothing. It's just not a lot. But it will add up if we are persistent. Okay, long blades are done. Let's go back to recon armor. And with long blades done, we'll be able to make RCV a blade. Oh, you can't haul? Oh, that's so annoying. So let's make a longsword out of bioferrite. I might not actually have enough bioferrite to do it, though. Because we haven't been harvesting it actively. We've just, whatever gets dropped, gets used. So maybe version 1.0 sword will just be a steel one. Boring, but, you know, affordable. Because we've been using bioferrite for fires. I could also make a uranium warhammer. I would need a little bit more uranium, but there's some on the map tile to mine up. I'll just do steel, though. It's fine. And you're 92% into your learning, so it's coming. It won't be long until you can know the ways of the warlord. Which was pretty quick. Why is everyone super happy? Oh, because there's a soothe here and we had a bunch of vampires die? Makes sense. What's the material modifier for bioferrite? Yeah, where is some bioferrite? Outside. So here it is. You've got psychic sensitivity factor, which is the reason why I would consider it, but it's not terrible for armor sharp. But if you make a whole lot of stuff out of bioferrite, you can really boost a Psycaster. So it can make for some Psycaster gear. Alright, here's the assault we were waiting on. And you can see, Tall Paul, why I completely ignored your comment. Approaches are not assaults. To conflate the two is to flirt with death. So we've got a northeast and a southwest group. Southwest group looks pretty small. So I'm going to have shooters go southwest, with Kadath and Good going northeast. Because it's like 14 or 15 in one direction and then the rest of them in the other. And then once this is over and we've recovered, we can consider the shuttle assault. Come on, guys. You gotta do better than that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take them out in such a way that I don't have like massive wall repairs once done. Because that's what slows us down when we want to redeploy quickly. So kill them farther from the base than usual. Easier said than done, though. But the two groups are gonna meet somewhere in the middle. And then there's a small group that broke off that is going to be a bit of an issue, but one that we can handle. Some of my buffs wore off. Okay. We might have some wall breaches, but I don't think anyone's immediately endangered. Having them die in the water is like not great, so I think what I'll do is I'll group up here and make our stand around this pollock tree. Now, of course, this is near the pollock trees, which carries its own issues because the pollock trees are flammable, and I wouldn't want to lose any trees to corpse fire. Keep moving. Keep moving. We got most of them. We do have a breach. So they breached that door, this wall, and probably here soon. RCV, I'm going to have you stay inside. And help will be there in a minute. Ugh. Scratch scar. That's annoying. I can't wait until she has detox lungs so I can actually wear a helmet rather than a gas mask. That will be a significant bonus. Alright, we're almost through. That's going to be a problem. Kill, I don't think could do anything with her, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fall back to the stockroom for now with RCV just like drafted in there. We're about to wrap up this fight, and then we'll go send help to deal with those that are in the base. Sakura, you've got a word healing. Hit good with it. Wizard, you're going to get patched by Sloan. Start patching. Actually, don't stand on corpses for that. And do it in the light. Alright, you guys... Oh, they're taking the door down. Okay. Celso. And RCV. Go there. Help's on the way. Now, none of the prisoners are immediately endangered, as far as I could tell. And then Wizard and Sloan will clean up these corpses before they come back. Plus, there's some down there as well. None are too close to the trees, though, which is good. Kale being unconscious apparently was not a valid target. Granted, I wouldn't care if they were or not. They're not very useful. And then some of the shamblers over here are dying due to the fact that, like, corpses only animate for so long. So they are, less of a threat now, because they are, decaying away. So we'll still obviously try to clear them, but that should be a little easier. Some of them are just perishing. Yeah, 3 hours, 3 hours, 30 seconds. Okay, so far so good. Now this is a problem because they're trying to break into the prisoner cells. But we should have time to intervene. And I'm trying to do my best to burn up the corpses so I don't have to kill them twice. So I ain't got time for that. Now, because we have wall breaches, the inside of our base is not a shamble revive prevention zone like it normally would be. So we'll need to patch up the walls if we want that benefit. But now there's only 2 left, I think. Not counting Speen over here, who's, I don't think, part of the original group. Sloan, stop standing on burning corpses. Goobs over here is going to need to be hauled. So I'm actually going to have Sakura do that now. And Good take a break again. Oh, and do the same for whatever their name is. Just because I don't want them to come back if I can help it. That one's dead. Alright. Then all we have left in base is this one. Cool. Alright, the river corpses are dealt with. Sakura and Good will go back to the base for the rest of the medical tending. And then Wizard and Sloan are just finishing up torching these guys. That one never burned, but we'll haul it. Should have burned, though. It was on the bridge. Alright, and that one's dead. Okay. At this point, Kadath, I'm going to have you work on patching up the walls. Nabla, go get that corpse. And I think we're safe. So we just need to recover from this, and then we can shuttle. So Sailso, you're going to get sent behind the walls again. And we're going to work to make that safe. The issue that I foresee is I don't really have a lot of wood. So replacing these wooden doors is a bit of an issue. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to not replace the doors for now. And then pivot to get auto doors. I'm tired of our doors getting ripped up. So I think what I want to do is I want to research auto doors and then make like uranium auto doors so that I don't have to replace wooden doors constantly because that's hurting my chem fuel supply. I'd rather just replace, have auto doors and have a periodic component upkeep cost when the auto door breaks down rather than have it be fully broken all the time. That, you know, because a broken door, a broken auto door is still a door. Whereas a broken door is not a door. Sloan, you're done. There is that one, though, so go hunt that. If I'm not mistaken, this is the last hole. Technically, this door is missing. But that one is not a significant requirement to... Oh, no, there's a spot there, too. Okay, so there's 2 spots left to patch. Oh, God, that zone over there. Manhunt pack of raccoons. It's fine, I don't care. We'll just be inside. Behind the walls. So the walls are about to get patched up, and a situation like this isn't going to be much of an issue. And in fact, we can even play it to our advantage if we block up the doors and have the raccoons, like, fight against the shamblers. Okay. All we need to do is to build this door or close this one. I'll just close the door. That will work. So... Kadath, you're not in a terrible mood yet. Let's shut this door, and that will keep us safe from the manhunters. Just gotta bring Wizard and Sloan in here, and then we're all good. As long as no one opens the door, and I'll set them up to be behind the walls. So we're shut. Perimeter's closed. Behind the walls initiated. And now we can just ignore this Manhunter pack, because I don't think it really is going to be any issue for us. So behind the walls is not going to include the doors either, so there's not a situation where we, like, prop a door open. Because that would be a problem. But yeah, I think we're good now. Some of them have, like, naturally burned, which is funny. Technically, I could shell them, because it's not like animals can fight back. But I think I'm just going to leave them. They're not hurting me actively, so I really don't care. Time left on the quest? The, probably a week. Or 4 days? Yeah, it's not a put. It doesn't matter. I would have had a timer on the screen if it was an issue. Rascal, you had your gas mask tattered. Okay, let's take that off. And then RCV, you are still forced to wear tattered stuff on purpose. Okay, so I could ignore those other 2 messages. Well, the wild person is up. Was someone oh, right. We lost these internal doors. I think what I'll do is have these internal doors be stone and just like forced open. Because we don't really need wooden doors inside and we don't need auto doors for there. Auto doors are really useful to the outside. So what's happening here is we have like a... Oh, okay, new recruit. We have, it's pretty cold out and it's hard to heat up the barracks when it's like a giant room as it is now. So we have another joiner. They are another potential brawler. They are going to be... I know they're a night owl, but I don't really care because I'm not putting good on a night owl schedule to accommodate him. So let's get the giveaway timer up, and they're going to be under Good's tutelage as well. So 2 tutors. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.